In my book, the third index of happiness, gross national happiness is what I call it, GNH. It's a term that I borrowed from the kingdom of Bhutan, where the wealth of the nation is determined according to how happy its citizens are. It's the only country that has this, and you can Google it and read about that. It's amazing. People are relaxed. People are happy. And I thought about all the things that we believe takes away our happiness. The first is physical illness, right? That's the very first thing. I mean, if you've got a critical illness, it's impossible to think about happiness. The second is your mental state, mental stability, right? Depression has become one of the leading causes of disease and death in the world. It is a modern day phenomenon. It wasn't always there, or at least it wasn't always recorded. People have always had mental instability, and it has been diagnosed as one thing or the other. But if you're depressed and in the grip of a depression, it is impossible to get out of it. At that stage, you do need medication to pull you out, to put that serotonin into your body. The third is economic sufficiency. How much money do you need in order to be happy? Some people are happy with a handful of food each day. Some people need 3 square meals a day. And still others need a banquet. We call it chappan bhog in Hindi. Like a banquet with 56 dishes. That's what kings eat. So at what level are you? How much is enough to make you happy? There was and I've recorded that as well in my book, a Gallup poll done, and the results were published in the New York Times. And they said that a regular family with 2 children need $50,000 to live a decent life, right? But if they earn $100,000, the happiness does not double. And if they earn $400,000, it doesn't quadruple. Happiness is a constant. So you do require money to live. And if you check, and if you look at your life, you will notice that you have always been taken care of. You are a group of very special people that has never had to live on the streets. If you've been to poorer countries, Africa, India, South America, you've seen people on the streets. You've seen how they live and how they eat out of garbage cans. And then they look at each other and they crack a joke and slap each other on the back. They're not unhappy. They're certainly not unhappy. There's one sight I will never forget. We were driving back, Rajiv and myself, after a very long break. We're driving into Bombay on one of the side roads. It's called Tulsi Pipe Road. And on Tulsi Pipe Road, a pipe had broken. And the water was spewing into the air. And under that water were about 100 urchins dancing. Dancing. Barely clothed. Having so much fun. And it's a wake-up moment that really, to be happy, you don't need money. Have any of you watched The Wolf of Wall Street? No? Heard about it?
Yeah.
I watched it and I said to myself, I'm so grateful that I'm ordinary. because I fill each day with extraordinary experiences. Everything for me is special. Okay, The Wolf of Wall Street, in short, is about a man, it's a true story, who made money on the stock market. And he didn't just make money, he made a lot of money. And as he made more and more money, with it came the power of the money, and with it came the corruption. When you earn money and you lose sight of the people around you, lose the connection with the society, with the community, with the world you live in, then the divine realizes that you're acting against its energies. If you are earning money and you align yourself with the energies of the universe, abundance and more abundance will be yours. Every time Bill Gates donates $1 million, he earns 10 billion more. He cannot get enough money. He just keeps earning it. And he keeps giving it away. He keeps giving it away. He's dedicating his entire life to giving away money. So when you align yourself with the energies of the universe, when you connect yourself to the people around you, when you give selflessly to everyone around you, when you stop thinking, how about me? What about me? How am I going to retire? What's going to happen to me? Am I going to make enough money? Am I going to buy that shoe? When am I going to buy that bag? When am I going to buy that? When you stop thinking like that, abundance flows into your life. In The Wolf of Wall Street, there is one scene that just shocked me. He takes some tablet, they call them ludes or something like that. It's all very new to me. It's quite an eye-opener, and it's supposed to keep you awake. But it doesn't hit him, so he takes a punch. And then all of a sudden, it hits him. And he drives a car and he thinks he's come home safe. And the next morning when the police come, the car is a mess. He literally gets cerebral palsy. And it doesn't stop him. He goes from bad to worse, to worse, to worse. The degradation of the human being. He's got the whole world. Beautiful wife. He's got everything that we think is wonderful. And this man is terrified every living moment that the FBI will come and take away his money. So how much money do you want? A handful? A tableful or a banquet? Most of us work to make ends meet. Some of us find our passion in our work. And if you are passionate about what you do, abundance will come. If you find the right niche, abundance will come. Abundance is a feeling. It's a feeling of being cared for. It's a feeling that the divine is holding you in his arms and has got his arms around you, protecting you every inch of the way. It does not mean that you have an inflated bank balance. That is just a number in a book. You know how many millions, how many hundreds of thousands of dollars you've spent so far? You're actually a millionaire. If you count all the money that you spent up to this time. If you'd not spent it, can you imagine how much you would have accumulated? Accumulating money is not abundance. It is not. Living well is abundance. Living like a king is abundance. Living as if this whole world belongs to you. Living as if abundance, happiness is your birthright. That is what you have to aspire for. Because I tell you, you can have any amount of money, any amount of success. But if you are not happy, then nothing is going to sit well with you. nothing is going to bring that smile on your face. That smile on your face is worth $1 million. So keep that, bring it on. Smile at yourself. When you feel yourself down, laugh at the mirror. Fool your body into thinking you're happy. Because really, what is it all about? You're born and then you're going to die. Okay, I'm being very morbid. But I need you to realize that nothing you do is that important. You're going to die anyway. And even that 42 billion that whoever's accumulated is not yours. You're going to leave that behind. But what you're going to take with you are the experiences that you lived in this life, the love that you shared, the happiness that you were able to find in spite of everything. It's like a lotus growing in a murky pond. It grows in the dirtiest of ponds. It spreads its fragrance for miles. It floats on the surface of this dirt and the slime around it, and survives beautifully and multiplies. And before you know it, the entire lake is covered with lotuses. Have you ever noticed that? It sends its roots very shallow. Don't dig into your situation, your life situation. Jobs come, jobs go. That's the way of life. Know that when one door closes, another door will open. Know that this door closed for you to learn. You were supposed to leave this job a long time ago, but you got so involved in the whole chatter, you didn't listen that this was taking a toll on your health, that this was not what you were supposed to do. And so the universe decided to shut you down. It took that job away. Now is the time for you to just dive in and embrace that storm. Yes, you don't have a job, but you're here. All your life you've been cared for. Why should you not be cared for in the future? You know, visualization is a very, very important tool. I was reading a book called Jewel in the Lotus. It's written by Mumtaz Ali. He's a teacher in India and he's Muslim by birth, but he's an authority on the Indian Vedas and Upanishads. Especially his commentary on the Upanishads is phenomenal. And this book is his conversation with his master. And his master talks about this technique of visualization. He says, visualization is real during meditation. It is important to visualize because when you visualize, you create energy in your body. That energy in a subtle form manifests in the universe. And when it manifests in the universe, it presents itself in front of you. So you've heard of the book called The Secret, right? And everybody talks about, think abundance, think. And I always was wondering, why do they always talk about money? I mean, I guess there is a preoccupation in the world with money, with enough money. Everyone wants the best of everything. So they don't talk about peace of mind, but their techniques of visualization are excellent. At this moment, imagine the perfect job that you want and behave as if you already have it. It's yours. I'm a famous motivational speaker talking to Oprah Winfrey. That's what Brian wants. He'll always tell me Oprah's in town. So, I'm already there. I don't earn much, but I don't need much. The abundance is already there in my life. The abundance comes from just spreading the goodwill. I have found a new path. My life, my economic life is perhaps beginning at this late stage in my life, right? But I am not worried. I've set dollar amounts, not exact dollar amounts, which I'm going to earn by the end of this year, end of 2 years, end of 6 years. And I know I'm going to earn it. I will review it every now and again and up and change, make the necessary changes. But you know what? Visualization is important. Imagine where you want to be and be there. Right? But that should be done at regular intervals during your day. Especially when you feel, oh my God, nothing's happening. No, nothing's happening, but it's on its way. It's coming. It's mine. There's a job with my name written on it. There's a check with $200,000 written on it. It's coming. Be sure of that, and then focus on process. How to get there. Process 100% now, because whatever you do is going to give you the abundance. Just remember, money is just paper. You just attach a value to it. You only need enough. That's all you need. You need enough. Even if you earn, when you earn, say $100,000 and you earn $200,000, there may be lifestyle changes. But beyond a certain limit, you don't make too many changes in your life. You eat the same yogurt, you buy the same milk, you wear the same kind of, maybe you might buy expensive clothes, but that's when you have to watch out. If you live a simple lifestyle, eat well, treat yourself every now and again, then you change an ordinary life into an extraordinary one. And every little thing that you get becomes an amazing blessing. You're filled with gratitude. When that gratitude flows in your life, you open yourself up to abundance. As long as you're thinking, what about me? What do I do? What about me? What about me? It's not going to happen. So how do you get rid of that? You don't get rid of that by saying, I'm not going to think, what about me? You make some very important changes. First, one, you spend a certain part of your day doing something for someone else. A selfless act. Work for an hour in a soup kitchen, especially if you're in a funk. That's the time to get out and do for people that are worse off than you. And it really lifts you up. Seva is the first antidote to depression. Once you start giving, the abundance will start flowing in your life. The second is fill your life with gratitude. Go through your life each day, each month, each year, and be utterly grateful for all the little things that you have. Children who've given you pleasure, grandchildren who light up your day, a husband who is caring, food on your table. Say your grace every day before you eat. Be grateful for this meal. You are here on this earth not to make money, not to become famous, not to be successful, but to discover your purpose in life. And if you are here in this room, you are already halfway on your path to discovery, because you already know that there is no option other than to go inward, that the answers that you seek will not be provided to you by this world, will not have a check amount, will not have a dollar amount. What you really seek, what you really want above anything, is that peace of mind, that joy, that abundance. So proclaim every day, happiness is my birthright. I will be happy today and every day, and I will not allow any person, any event, any situation to rob me of that birthright. And when you do that, just watch the abundance flow. It will flow. There is no other option.